Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Hey there, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Smack Raw Podcast NXT recap episode. I am your humble host, SES Vince. I'm here with my good friend Jay Thunder. What's up, my man?
What's up, bro? How's it going? It's been a wonderful episode of NXT, I should say.
Oh man, it was a very enjoyable episode, not to say the least, man. It was great from top to bottom. They started off with a bang.
It, didn't you?
Oh no, you know it did. It was a great show from the start. The ending was great. Everything in between was really solid. All around there. I mean, there were some low points for the episode, but for the most part, it was a really, really good episode. It got me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? Oh God.
Oh my gosh. But before we get started about today, talking about today's episode, make sure you follow us on Twitter at SmackRawPod. You find me at SCS Vince, and you can find Jay Thunder at JThunder2009. Make sure you hit us up there. You hit us with any questions, any tweets you want to direct our way, because we do want to try to incorporate some questions into the show, so it's not just like a play-by-play recap episode of NXT. So with that being said, let's get right into the episode. So it starts off like it normally does the last couple weeks, with the little intro video package thing, and Adam Cole cuts it off. I guess he has friends in the production truck or whatever. He cuts it off, has a whole promo about the main events, and just standard Adam Cole stuff, saying that the winner is gonna face me. Yeah, he's gonna face me, and they're gonna lose. But before,
and that's undisputed.
It is, man. And but that was the opener. That's kind of how it started off. We kicked things off with the Cruiserweight title. But before we talk about that, let's just cover it right now. Next week we have Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley. It was discussed 3 or 4 times throughout the entire episode, and they're really making it feel like a big fight. They're making it feel almost like a heavyweight boxing match that's going to take place next week, and I'm pretty stoked about it because we had 2 women's matches on tonight's episode. If I'm not mistaken, we had at least 2 women matches. But no, we just had the one.
No, we had 2.
We had 2? No, I think it was just the one. It was just the one. But
no, it was 2.
Oh yeah, okay.
2 matches.
Okay, yeah, so we did have the 2 matches, and we had the build up for this title match next week. At this point, I kind of feel like that should be the main event, just because they've been building it up so much, and like I was saying, like a heavyweight fight, and I'm stoked about it.
More or less, that match will probably be second to last.
If it doesn't start off the episode, I feel like they always try to start off the NXT episode with a really good match, just like they did tonight. And this match is how they're gonna kick things off.
They can do that without a title match.
No, I know, but I feel like they would do it. I don't think they'd set it up like a takeover. I think they'd start it off with either the men's title match or the women's title match, and then close it off with the other match. I think that's how they'll do it.
They've been building. I mean, for the most part, they've been doing a very good storytelling with both title matches. So, like I said, you never know.
Yeah. Well, so we'll see, but I'm kind of stoked about it. I'm looking forward to it. Jay, before we move on, quick prediction: who you got? New champ next week, or Baszler reigns supreme?
Well, I mean, apparently, learning from, tonight, anything's possible. So, I mean, I got my money on. I really want Rhea to win because she's been on a tear, and it would be really sucky for her not to win, and they literally just build her up to be the one to take down Shayna Baszler.
I mean, if they go ahead and do that and pull the trigger on Rhea Ripley getting the title, I mean, we've seen that now it's not like the old NXT where you can go out there and be like a 3 or 4 time champion. Like Undisputed Era is like a 3-time or 4-time NXT Tag Team Champion, and before it would be a thing where you won the title, and then as soon as you drop it, you go straight to Raw or SmackDown. So that's no longer the case. So I could totally see a thing where Rhea Ripley gets the title next week, they get a rematch at the next takeover, and then they go from there and they continue the storyline, and then either Baszler gets called up to Raw or SmackDown after WrestleMania, or she continues and does some other stuff. Because like, I love me some Shayna Baszler, but it'd be interesting and nice to see someone else hold the title for a change.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, she's been the main title holder for the past, I think, 2 years.
Yeah, and not only that, I feel like she's kind of like gone through like every single challenger she could possibly face. There's no one else left for her to face, so Rhea Ripley can go into something with Bianca now, or Io Shirai, or Candice LeRae, or Dakota Kai, who's been being built up recently. So there's a lot of avenues to go if you go with Rhea Ripley. So we'll see what happens next week. Let's get into tonight's episode. Like we were saying, starting off with a great match. That's how NXT usually like to start things off.
Oh god,
dude. Lio Rush, Angel Garza, probably match of the night right off the bat. Like for me at least, like maybe there was a little bit more there's a little bit more investment in there, because Angel Garza is my guy. I also am a big Lio Rush fan, and they have the storyline going into it. Okay, come on, man, don't no sell the match. It was amazing. It was amazing.
The match was amazing. The outcome of the match, I'm not so much.
How?
I'm not. Well, let's like talk about the match. You gotta get into the match. We haven't even, they don't even know what happened at the end. So.
Okay, so go ahead. Take us through this match, man. What you like about it? What you thought about it? Everything. No holds barred. No, don't hold back.
All right. So, to be quite honest with you, I loved everything about the match.
There we go. That's what I like to hear.
I cannot downplay one single thing about that match whatsoever. That match was it. I guess what really got me though was the fans. My thing about it is the fans really kind of got to me, because it was a situation where, we're sitting here and we've been cheering for Lio Rush for the longest, like for his return. And then out of nowhere, like, I hear boos. Like, they were cheering for Angel Garza, and he's the heel.
Right.
He's the heel. Like Vince, we've been talking about this for the past like couple weeks, man. Like, clearly, Angel Garza's the heel.
Yeah, no, he's clearly the heel, but I think it was one of those things where he does so many cool stuff that's kind of hard to like cheer against the guy. And then too, like when Leo did get booed, it was because he was stopping. Like for instance, like he was trying to tear away his pants, and Leo stopped him. So obviously the fans, they want to see him tear his pants off. So they're gonna boo anyone that stops him from doing that.
But I mean, but this was even before they like when Leo came into the ring.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those things where like I think everybody likes Leo and they appreciate him, but they saw but the thing with Leo is that he is someone that had a cup of coffee in NXT. Then he went to the main roster / 205 Live and wasn't really like an NXT Full Sail like guy. Angel Garza, on the other hand, he debuted it in Full Sail. He does a little bit of 205 Live, but he's like one of their guys. I feel like they've seen the guy organically grow, and they are in Florida. There's a lot of Latinos there. Like I saw a Mexican flag there. Like they were like, okay, I don't think it's a thing where like they were booing Leo because they disliked him or he was supposed to be the heel. It's just that they'd rather see Garza as champion as opposed to Lio Rush as champion right now. They just wanted him to thrive. Cause
I guess that's just a thing for me.
Yeah,
like he just got the title. Like it's like if you really think about it, he just got the title. It wasn't like he look. So like he's had it for like maybe a couple months. Because he just recently won it.
Because he won it off of Drew Gulak like a little bit before the WWE draft.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, but that's still like, for the most part, that's not really all that long.
It's been 2 months or so, give or take.
Yeah, that's like 2 months, give or take. And like that wasn't that long at all. I mean, it's not like we get to see, it's not like people watch 205 live. That's
Right.
all I'm saying.
Okay. So well, hold
That's
up.
all I'm
Let me ask you this then. Did you want to see more of Lio Rush versus Angel Garza?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
do.
do you think that feud could have continued if Garza loses clean here? Because he did lose to Lio Rush at the last time they had a title match, and his foot was on the rope, and it was a clever victory by Lio Rush. But if Garza loses clean to Rush this time, can you justify this feud continuing? I feel like that in that sense, like
I could, because you think about it like this. It's because what's the score between them right now?
So right now, if I'm not mistaken, they're tied at 1-1. If not, Garza has the lead 2-1 for Lio Rush, and that's my whole point. Is that if Garza loses to Rush, he's already kind of out of the cruiserweight title picture. With Rush losing to Angel Garza here, they go ahead and continue this feud, and you get a second match out of this. Obviously, he can get his rematch given that he's the former champion. I know they got rid of the automatic rematch clause in titles, but you could always work your way to that story. It's an easy storytelling mechanic. Former champion wants his title back. It's very simple. Even Lio Rush tweeted about it.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing with Tommaso Ciampa.
Exactly. So there's a pathway to it, unless so obviously we know by now Angel Garza won. He's a new cruiserweight champion. But also after the match, so also kudos to Garza. There was so many, like you were saying. Before we move on, I do want to mention that the way he finished the match. I know you aren't completely high on the fact that he tapped out Lio Rush, but I kind of like that he busted out a brand new finisher, and they did put over Lio Rush by saying that he was the first person to kick out of the wing clipper. So he's the very first person to break out of Angel Garza's finisher. So he had to bust out a new finisher just to beat him, and that's what rivalries are all about, dude.
Yeah, I will say that, but also they also added to the fact that they give props to Lio Rush for going through the struggles that he's gone through, and actually picking up the cruiserweight title, but then he loses it. They just kind of you praise him for a minute, and then it's kind of like a swat.
Right. So after the match, during commercial break, and we got a recap of it when we got back, Angel Garza proposed to his girlfriend, and he is now newly engaged. So the crowd's behind him. He just proposed. It's kind of hard to boo the guy right now. Maybe what if they do a Seth Rollins thing with Lio Rush, where they just debuted him as a babyface, but because they saw the reaction that was happening in their matches between Garza and Rush, they're like, Garza is so over, let's switch him over to a babyface and really capitalize on his momentum right now. And Lio Rush, we know he's a great heel. Maybe they switch the dynamic, even though it's only been 2 months or so they've been feuding. But you can
it's just the fact that I don't want Lio to just wind up being a freaking Big Show. He switches from crazy. I want something.
Right.
No,
solid. I'm just saying it's it's a possibility I'm throwing out there. I'm not saying it's set in
stone.
stone.
That's actually, it's funny that you said that, because I was totally thinking that. I was like, so are they? Because you know what? After the match, I did see Lio Rush in the corner, and he had this salty ass look on his face, and I feel like that might be a thing. He might just turn heel.
For sure. I mean, we'll see what happens, dude. Because they can still go with the just more aggressive babyface route with Lio Rush and just have him be more aggressive. Because even though he's a good babyface and I like it, I can argue that he's better as a character on the mic as a heel. At least that's how he always comes out. Even you said it, his voice alone just annoys people. And his promos, when he was first debuting in 205 Live, he was coming off as a cocky, arrogant punk. And then no knocking on Lio Rush, I'm just saying he's really good at making people hate him. So I don't know where we're going with it. I don't care where we go with it, because I don't think you can go wrong with either direction, whether you keep Garza a heel or you keep Lio Rush a face or switch it around or whatever, or just have it where it's like two tweeners going against each other. Dude, honestly, I do not care, because I just want more of it. Give me more of these two. Honestly, right now they're up there for like feud of the year in NXT for me, and they've only been feuding for a couple months. But yeah, man, so from one like Mexican luchador to the next, we have Raul Mendoza. He was taking on Cameron Grimes, you know, just a revenge for what happened last week. Like you saw, like it was supposed to be Mendoza taking on Kushida, and he got just stomped into the floor by Cameron Grimes last week. So it was a nice little revenge match for Mendoza. They showed that before the match, Cameron Grimes, that is, attacked Kushida backstage last night and just like took him out. So it looks like Grimes versus Kushida is the feud that we're gonna get moving forward. But we got this match right here. Overall, what you thought about the match? Because it wasn't too long of a match, but I thought they still got a little like cool moves in.
Are you talking about the
Mendoza versus Cameron Grimes?
To be quite honest with you, I just like, I guess more so the fact that I did like the how basic the match is, but it was a story that was told between Cameron Grimes and Kushida. I like it. And
right.
You know, Raul Mendoza got his shine in, which was good. That was perfect.
And he got his win, which is perfect, man. I'm all for all these Mexicans on NXT and WWE just thriving, man. Yeah, man. Brown pride up in here. I love it. I love to see all my Latinos shine. Just love to see it. But like you were saying, Kushida, that was the big story. So the match wasn't like this big story point. It was Kushida coming out during this match and kind of like shifting the momentum.
It was pretty early. It was pretty early too.
Yeah, it was pretty early. Like the match wasn't too long. I loved it. Like after the match though, like we were saying, Mendoza did get the win, but Kushida goes and just takes Cameron Grimes' hat. I think it's gonna be good. Cameron Grimes is a character that really takes himself seriously, even though he's like a southern like country rock star kind of thing going, but then Kushida's like a goofy like blast from the past.
Kind of reminds me of another James Storm.
Exactly. So I like how the characters mesh together. Like Kushida so like doesn't take himself too seriously, but Cameron Grimes does. I think it's perfect chemistry. I think they're gonna end up having the match either sometime down the line in NXT or at a takeover. But overall, we're gonna get that feud going forward, it looks like. After that though, if I'm not mistaken, we also actually, you know what? I think we might have okay, never mind. Sorry, I thought we might have skipped over something, but we didn't. So next up, we had a match between Travis Banks of NXT UK versus Jackson Ryker of the Forgotten Sons. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I hate to be that guy. Yeah, bro.
Next.
To be honest, nothing against Travis Banks because I haven't seen him. He seems like a cool wrestler. The way he finished the match, he did pick up the victory over Jackson Ryker. I love the little like corner springboard and Siguri kick that he did. He seems like a great wrestler. I just don't know too much about him. It's just when Jackson Ryker and the Forgotten Sons are out there, I do not care. I hear you over there yawning, bro. Let's just move on. That's
exactly. Like I was like, yo, look, I'm getting tired just by you talking about the Forgotten Sons. Next.
Okay, so how about we talk? Okay, quick win for Travis. Quick win for Travis Banks. Not quick, but it was a win for Travis Banks.
However,
this was a showcase.
This next match. I think this next match though, I'm gonna be extremely excited for it, right? Because I think I know what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we'll see.
All right, but yeah, the previous match was just like a hype match for the World Collides because it's coming up at Rumble weekend between NXT UK and NXT. So they've done 2 weeks in a row where they're trying to hype this up between like the two brands. The next match,
fun fact. Cassius Ohno was at the show last week. That was amazing. You guys should check out that episode.
For sure, it was great.
That was amazing.
I'm pretty sure they checked that out, my man. So, okay, like you were saying, next match, Mia Yim, Dakota Kai.
Dude, that's right.
Dude,
Bae.
it was a great match overall. I freaking loved it, dude. It was
Like
it didn't feel like a wrestling match. It felt like an actual fight.
It was story. Yeah, like it was literally good with story. Like the story was so like it was so point on. Like as much as like it wasn't like so technical. It was brawl. It was, and I liked it. It was fun. It was fun to watch. I mean, from start to finish, it was good.
Yeah, definitely. And it had a lot of like Hold up.
I had a moment where I thought, no, I'm sorry, bro. Like I had a moment where I thought that they weren't gonna be able to, because I know how technical and how quick Dakota Kai is. Mm-hmm. And Mia Yim is like pretty much like brawler type. Her style is a little bit different from Dakota Kai's, because like she's pretty much like Dakota Kai is pretty much like a cruiserweight, pretty much.
Okay, I can see that.
So, but you know what, they made it work, and it was perfect. It was like I love the storytelling. Everything was good. Mia Yim didn't miss a beat. Neither did Dakota Kai. Everything looked great, and I'm loving this heel Dakota Kai. I really am.
So,
but not as much as I'm loving Mia Yim though. Sorry.
I think the reason why it works so well, Jay, is because like you were saying, Mia Yim's more of a striker, brawler type of wrestler, and like I was saying at the start of the match, it's like it didn't feel like an actual wrestling match. It felt like a fight, and that's something that actually Mia said, that like this isn't gonna be a match, this is gonna be a fight, and that she's gonna send Dakota Kai to the hospital, just like Dakota sent her to the hospital. So it was personal. It felt that way. This new heel Dakota Kai, like for de por se, like Dakota Kai, she'll be like a striker. She'll has a lot like big boots, a lot of kicks, a lot of knee strikes, just in general. And it felt like a fight. And there were like a lot of big spots in here. The cannonball into the steel steps to the outside was really dope. That one power bomb that Dakota Kai had, the cold blue by Mia Yim,
oh my god,
all amazing
that was
spots.
Nice.
Yeah,
all amazing spots.
And
Mia Yim, if you happen to listen to this podcast one day, just know that I'm so sorry that I was not there for you in War Games. I would have been right by your side at the hospital. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, Jay, enough with the fandom for Mia Yim. Let's continue with the match. So
hashtag Mia Yim is bae. Let's get that going.
Once again, Dakota Kai tries to use Tegan Nox's knee brace as a weapon. Referee stops her, gets the knee brace away from her. She goes and removes the turnbuckle pad, and she's able to get Mia Yim to slam into the exposed ring post. Rolls her up, gets the 1, 2, 3, a win for Dakota Kai. Commentary brought it up where is she gonna lose again via DQ, because last week she lost to Candice via DQ. So they're kind of mixing up what they're doing with Dakota. And after the match though, Mia Yim wasn't going without a fight, because
I was about to say, I was like, there's no way. When I watched this match, I was like, there's no way they're gonna let Dakota Kai do this.
Yeah.
She literally beat her down at War Games.
For sure.
Come on, man.
Dude, after the match, legit, after the match came out, finished, she came out to the ring, she attacked Dakota Kai, they spilled to the outside, she was setting up 2 tables, they go to an elevated part of the arena, and Mia Yim with a Saito suplex into the tables just takes both of them out. And I don't know if you noticed this, it looked like they were supposed to go through both tables, but the second one didn't break and only the first one did. And from what I heard, Dakota Kai and Mia Yim both got hurt. Mia Yim not so much, because I saw her hold her head a lot, so I think she hit her head on the corner of the second table, and I heard Dakota Kai had to get staples. So I didn't see anything, I just heard that supposedly both of them got hurt. I just hope they're okay. It was a nasty spot, to say the least. It was dope to see. Mia Yim looked like a total badass to walk away with it.
Situation with, I felt like, I'm glad that you pointed that out, Vince, because like I said, I thought they were supposed to go through both tables too, but the way that they did not land on it. They only landed on one, and I was like, are they gonna be okay?
Right, because like Dakota Kai wasn't really moving, so I was really concerned about her. And then Mia Yim kept holding her head, so I was like, man, I hope they're okay. I really hope they're okay. So I mean, dude, we'll see what happens. It looks like this is a feud that we're gonna get going forward, and like we were saying, Tegan Knox, Dakota Kai, that's gonna be down the line. But for right now, give me some of this, man, dude. This is what I love about NXT, bro. Like their NXT women's division is probably like the best women's division like anywhere for the most part. Like they have good storylines. They had 3 storylines. Like they had 2 matches and then 1 big storyline. They're treating their women's like big deal, and I freaking love it. And it feels organic. It doesn't feel forced. So one thing that kind of feels a little forced is Breezango's stripper gimmick. So they were flight attendants, they were construction workers, now they're doctors apparently. What did you think of their whole like strip show thing to start off the show? Because they were doing the whole like heartbeat thing. I was like, who is this? Is this Tommaso Ciampa? Wait, who is it? Who's it gonna be? And then Breezango come out. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, I loved it. I marked out for it. I thought it was funny. What you thought, dude?
I mean, for the most part, I didn't think that they were gonna do the whole, come out to a different entrance. I thought that was only gonna be like a one-time thing.
Mm-hmm. But they've done it 3 times now.
Yeah, they've done it like 3 times. I'm like, I think the Top Gun one was like my favorite.
Oh yeah, that one was really cool. I don't know. I kind of like the whole doctor stick. I like how they had their very own nurses tear away their own pants. Hey, just throwing it out there. Tear away pants faction between Angel Garza and Breezango. Just do it. Print money, dude. Like, just do it. Like they can start selling tearaway pants. Just make a whole money off of the whole thing. But
you need to stop.
But they were on NXT for a minute, and they haven't been on NXT for a minute is what I was trying to say. They were taking on a team that doesn't show up on NXT frequently, if at all, in the Singh brothers. And what I found interesting about this and what I noticed is that these are 2 teams that outside the ring, before the bell rings, they're very goofy, they're very silly, but once the bell rings, especially when they're in NXT, they can go. Breezango is amazing. Absolutely. Breezango individually are amazing, but together they're great too. And then you add the Singh brothers, who are great wrestlers. Dude, I love this whole match. I thought it was solid.
A+. Well, I wouldn't give it an A+. I'd say I give it a B-.
Yeah, it was really good. What was your favorite part of the match? If you can
I think so it was a part of the match where the Singh brothers had I guess they did that that backbreaker elbow off the top rope. I thought that was fun.
Yeah. I love the part where they were on the outside and Breezango legit just destroyed the Singh brothers. Like freaking Fandango, he did a pop-up power bomb, or like an apron power bomb to like one of the Singh brothers.
No. You know what? I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about the best thing about that match. Fandango's Falcon Arrow.
Oh, from the top rope. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it was so good, dude. Fandango and Tyler Breeze, they should be out there doing singles wrestling stuff, not just the tag team stuff. Because like, dude, okay, it's kind of frustrating. Like it's because on one hand, I love their whole like goofy stuff that they do, because I love it. I thought it was amazing. But I also want them to be taken more seriously, be more of a serious act, because I could totally see them taking on Undisputed Era and putting on an amazing match. I could see them getting like one of those high caliber, like all-star worthy like tag matches. I don't know, man. That's what I want to see. We'll see what happens. But like I was saying, it was Breezango that just destroyed the Singh brothers on the outside. Fandango gets the win with the last stand leg drop. 1, 2, 3. Fandango victorious. Maybe going into something with Undisputed Era. I mean, the tag team division is kind of wide open right now. So, and it's a matchup we haven't seen. We haven't really seen a more goofier, light-hearted duo that can go in the ring, go up against Undisputed Era. It's always been like dominant monsters or like in-ring technicians, you know, like more serious, grounded wrestlers. So it'd be an interesting thing. Or Keith Lee, or like a monster like Keith Lee and Dijakovic. Moving on.
Those are not monsters. Those are giants.
Okay, so moving on. We have Bianca Belair taking on Kaden Carter. And honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Bianca Belair, what are they doing with you, girl? You should be in the title picture. You should be champion. What's going on? I feel like they don't know what they're going with her. Like you're talking about Leo Rush going back and forth. I love me some Bianca Belair, but put her in her feud with someone. If she's not getting a chance for the title, do something interesting with her. And she hasn't even been on TV since Survivor Series. So she hasn't even wrestled the match since Survivor Series. And then another person, Io Shirai, I haven't seen her at all for 3 weeks now. And I'm like, what's going on? Bianca Belair, she had a match with Kaden Carter. Granted, Kaden Carter got her offense and I loved it. But it was going to be an easy win. When I saw it, I'm like, I'm sorry. I love you, Kaden Carter. I think you're great. Sky's the limit. But Bianca Belair, she's just way out of your league in terms of power rankings, power level wise. I knew Bianca was going to win. What you thought? Like, quick insight on the match before we move on.
I mean, I feel like it was just pretty much an enhancement match. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of
it was pretty much a squash match. Like, I love the fact that Bianca was still strong. The match was fine for what it was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, for what it was fine. It was okay, but kind of want to see what they do with Bianca. I want to see them do something interesting with her. Maybe they're just biding their time until Shayna and Rhea get settled up, and then maybe we get Rhea versus Bianca. We'll see, right? We'll see what happens, man. So, let's move on. We have our main events. Well, before the main event, Adam Cole came out. You know, he did his whole entrance, and he was watching from like the crow's nest, like tower area, like in the balcony, and he was watching the match. And then going to our main event, Keith Lee, Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa. Man, if you didn't think that Leo Rush versus Cena Garza was the match of the night, this was it. Man, they killed it. I thought they killed it. I think they crushed it. But before we talk about the match, do you think the right man won the match?
You know what? I'm glad that you asked that question, Vince, because I honestly don't know.
it's
No, like, I really want you to think about this for a second. So, what if Keith Lee would have won? Do you realize how much excitement we probably would have had?
Oh, yeah. Like, probably too much excitement given that Angel Garza won earlier in the night and then Keith Lee wins. Oh, man, I would have been on cloud 9.
Exactly. Now, but what if, like, I feel like in this situation, whoever would have won, it would have been a win-win for either, because
I think the one match I wouldn't want to see would have been Ciampa versus Cole, because I feel like it's something that doesn't interest me, because with Keith Lee you have someone who wasn't pushed into the main title picture before Survivor Series and the whole invasion angle, and then Keith Lee's made himself into a star with the whole storyline. Then you have Finn Balor, who's one of the hottest acts right now in NXT, and probably the big, if you want to like just look in the entire roster, Finn Balor is probably the biggest name on the roster. Maybe they want to get the title on Finn Balor, and Finn Balor right now, he's kind of has like this tweener thing where he had something going on with Gargano, with Riddle. Now he has this whole thing going on with Cole. It'd be interesting to see where things go, and obviously we're gonna get that match next week. Okay, so obviously Finn Balor won the match, so I'm interested to see. I'm invested in that match. So I don't know. I mean, like you were saying, like I'm kind of like up and down with it, because I desperately wanted Keith Lee to win, but Finn Balor winning, not necessarily a bad thing, still a good thing. I don't know, man. What? Anything else you got to say to this? Like let's just talk about the match, I guess. What you like about the match? Like, what were your favorite part about the match?
Well, my favorite part about the match is where, like, everybody was so fluent. Like, everything was fluent. Like, it wasn't like a part where it was like, ew, that looked bad. the match was just smooth. It was a very smooth match.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got their spots in. Everything was good. Like, nothing looked like crap.
No, for sure. Like, you talking about spots, man. The double Hangman DDT that Ciampa did on Keith Lee and Finn Balor. The Tower of Doom spot that we get when we come back from commercial, where like Ciampa has an air raid crash set up on Finn Balor and then an electric chair drop from Keith Lee. It was an amazing Tower of Doom spot. The shotgun drop kick that Finn Balor hit on Ciampa to the outside. The double top rope back suplex that they had. On Keith Lee, that was really good. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you know, Finn Balor, you're gonna get like a tope con hilo, so you're gonna get that immediately. The air raid, the
air raid into the electric chair was dope.
Yeah, no, and not only that, but the air raid that Ciampa was able to get on Keith Lee, if you remember, because he was struggling to try to either hit the fairy tale ending or the air raid, and he was able to like pick him up, and then like hits it.
That's how you are supposed to do things. Like it was teased. It was perfect. Like I was like, Ciampa, if you pick him up on one go, I'm gonna kick your ass. No. Like, it's one thing to pick up Matt Riddle to pick up Bronson Reed, but it's another thing for Ciampa to pick up freaking Keith Lee. That man has a surgically repaired neck. Come on, bro.
Right.
Come on.
The one thing that kind of annoyed me was Finn Balor easily able to like do like a takedown on Keith Lee and then do like a foot stomp on him. So that was the only thing. It felt like it was too quick, but it might have been more of a thing where like he just got him off guard.
Yeah, because you know what? It was right after he had got put down by Ciampa.
Right. Okay.
So like I didn't have an issue with it. Like I thought it was weird, but it worked.
Right, for sure. I mean, you talking about stuff that worked, dude. I think Finn Balor and Keith Lee in general work together. There were two spots in particular, and I think you'll agree with me here, was when Keith Lee tries to do the Spirit Bomb on Finn Balor, and in midair hits him with a double moonstop coup de grace thing, and I'm like, holy crap, how did he pull that off? Awesome. That was beautiful. That was amazing. I loved it. And then obviously the finish where Keith Lee, he's going for the Spirit Bomb on Tommaso Ciampa, hits it, but as he's still sitting down in the prone position, Finn Balor comes in with a coup de grace on Keith Lee as he's sitting up, pins him 1, 2, 3. We have Finn Balor, Adam Cole next week. Are you upset that it was Keith Lee that took the pin here, or
yes.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I was gonna ask. Like, are you upset that it was him that took the pin, or
I'm very upset about
or
that.
Are you okay with the way
like
it happened?
Could have taken the pin.
Like he could have taken the pin for sure, but the only thing I'm gonna say that saved it.
It's kind of hard though. Here's my thing. It's kind of hard because Ciampa just coming back. It felt like, you know, it's kind of hard who should have taken the pin. But like, if I want to be personal and just say fuck it all, look, I didn't want Keith Lee to take any pins, first of all. You shouldn't have taken any pins whatsoever.
Okay, so the one thing I'm gonna say is that I didn't like that Keith Lee took the pin, but I will preface it by saying that he took the pin and he wasn't protecting himself. He was in a vulnerable situation where he just hit the Spirit Bomb on Ciampa. He was not expecting Finn Balor to hit him with a coup de grace. He was caught off guard, and you can kind of excuse that. It was somewhat of a protected loss for Keith Lee. That's the only thing I'm gonna say about it, is that I thought the finish was very creative, and it didn't make Keith Lee.
No, that finish was awesome.
Yeah,
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, man. So obviously, I still want to see.
I don't understand.
I think it's one of those things where like they were going to go with this direction. So okay,
Maybe
NXT, I feel like can't do no wrong. I tend to give NXT the benefit of the doubt, right? I'm over here like, because they do a lot of great stuff, and for the most part, they knock it out of the park. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see where things go from here. We'll see. I hope that Keith Lee goes ahead and like picks up that momentum, keeps the ball rolling. Maybe, how's about this? Maybe this is kind of like a Rey Mysterio thing where he lost to Brock Lesnar, but then he faces AJ and beats him for the US title. Maybe Keith Lee gets that North American title off of Roddy. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's so they're still gonna elevate him, but not to the main title just yet because they already had plans in place. So plans in place are right now: Adam Cole, Finn Balor, NXT title next week. Is it just me, or they're really making next week's episode feel like a big deal? I think, unless I'm mistaken, it's the last NXT show of 2019, and that's why they're trying to make it a big deal, because on the following Wednesday, it'd be the 25th, which we all know is Christmas. So I don't think they're going to have the wrestlers, and I don't think a lot of people are going to want to go Full Sail on Christmas Day. So I'm going to assume that on Christmas Day, they're just going to have like a recap episode, or some kind of like, oh, that's where they're gonna do the NXT Awards episode. That's usually what I was saying. Yeah, so that's probably what's gonna happen.
They're gonna have the NXT Award episode, and that's what's gonna happen.
So they're gonna pre-film all that, and they're gonna have that shit ready to go for the 25th. So next week, dude, it's our last NXT episode of 2019, and on Christmas Day,
I feel like this should be a great way to end out the year. I feel like we should like go live in face cam. That'd be dope.
Okay, don't make promises we can't deliver. We'll see what happens. We'll see what I'm gonna try. Okay, don't boo me like I'm Lil Rush, okay? I'm trying, okay? I'm trying.
That was a low blow. You know how I feel. That's that.
Okay. But with that being said, I think we touched upon every single point of tonight's episode of NXT. Any final thing you want to say about tonight's episode, or we good?
Like I said, I guess I want to say that they did a very good job of letting us know about next week.
Yeah. So next week looks like it's going to be a stacked show, and it's just 2 title matches in by itself, and probably not gonna have an live NXT episode. It's probably gonna be the NXT Awards episode, which means we're gonna take the week off. So next week is gonna be our last NXT podcast of 2019, and we'll see you guys back in 2020. But that doesn't mean you can't go back and watch previous episodes. Like Jay Thunder, did you go ahead and do the throwback episode?
I did, guys. So if you guys are, fans of throwbacks in the Attitude Era, we actually did, because of the fact that TLC is coming up. We did one of the, most popular TLC matches. TLC, technically people say it's the second one, but it's actually the third TLC 3 match that those teams had, and it was the one at WrestleMania 17. So it's the infamous one where Edge spears Jeff Hardy off from getting the title.
Yeah,
everyone knows that one.
If I'm not mistaken, that's going to be dropping on Friday, so that would be the 13th. So Friday the 13th, check out WrestleMania 17. Watch out that throwback episode. We got that going forward. Download the episode. Hit that download button because it helps out us. It helps out the numbers. Don't just listen to it, even though we do appreciate you guys listen to it. Go above and beyond to help us out and just grow. We are going to try to get better mics for the entire staff, so we have better quality for you guys, better audio, and also to our YouTube channel, help us get to 100 subscribers. That's a really big goal for us in 2020, so hopefully we reach that. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week for the final NXT recap episode of 2019, but until then, we'll catch you guys next time.